Hey friends, welcome back. I have a great update for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video with my daughter Sarah. We actually just made that tonight. I'm doing a couple of videos today. I had a blast. I'm just afraid that's gonna come off like, oh, she had tons of fun with her daughter. Well, guess what I did? And she really enjoyed it too. And apart from the yarn that she got me for Christmas, I had a little bit of Christmas spending money. I hope you guys did too. And while I didn't find the end of year yarn sales to be particularly fantastic, but I found that like all the way through Christmas. So I didn't have a huge splurge. There were two places that I ordered from, Premier and Paradise Fibers. I got some spinning fiber. And I thought I'd give you an update on some projects that aren't Dolly. I have made a lot of progress on Dolly. Well, not a lot, but let's just say there was a fair amount of troubleshooting involved. And there's a fair amount of stash involved in that too. So there's going to be a totally separate Dolly update video. So don't worry, you haven't missed it. It's coming. I don't know if this is going to go up before or after, but anyway. Apart from Dolly, I have a feeling that 2021 is going to be the year of the blanket. I have several close friends and family who are having health challenges, like not even related to COVID. I have resurrected a couple blankets, and then I started one blanket and I was like, holy cow, that really matches my comforter. And I'm gonna keep it, but I will work on that after I finish the blankets that I need to make in a timely fashion at this point. I already know of 3 blankets that I am needing to make, and the first one that I have picked up, this has been, you have seen this before. I'm probably gonna have to insert a shot because like, woo! I can't even show you all of this. This is going to be a lap size blanket. It's almost there, but not quite. It was back in my earlier videos when I filmed in my chair, my little yellow chair. This sat on the back of that. And because it seemed to fit so nicely, I was like, well, I'm just going to leave it there. And it's the first blanket that I've really made, and believe it or not, and the only reason I was able to get as far as I did on this was it's the Phoenix blanket by Hooked on Sunshine, and she has incredibly written patterns and incredibly awesome videos explaining her patterns. So the other reason I stopped was I started to get to the point to where I wasn't going to make it all the way around with one color, and I kind of wanted it to be a rainbow. And so at the time I was still new enough, I didn't know how that would look, and so it's not really bothering me at this point in the game. However, I remember when I stopped on this blanket, I was thinking to myself, wow, I don't even hardly have to watch the videos for these rounds, because the other nice thing about Hooked on Sunshine tutorials, or at least the Phoenix, on her website where her video tutorials are, they are time-stamped by row, which really helps you find it when you have to go back. And all of her blankets are in parts, because most of them have been a part of a crochet along at one point. And so I was like thinking I was all like crochet stuff queen last year when I had this, and was like, I don't even have to watch the video. But holy cow, was the last row just totally off. So I just started to jam in stitches because I ripped out, I think, 2 rows back to this original red. And I was like, you know what? All of these, I think, were supposed to be front post stitches. And I was like, okay, a few of those are not going to make it to be a front post stitch. We're just going to get as many stitches as we need in the corner to be able to get where we are. So I don't think it's going to make a difference in the end, but wow, have I grown as a crocheter. So I want to show you this pattern. It is in a 3-ring 1.5 inch binder because this is a mammoth of a pattern. Okay, so she had her own colorways that you could order at one point. I wanted a cake because I didn't want to have to worry. Well, first off, I didn't want to spend that much on her yarn, but actually I just loved this yarn. I think I spent a lot on it. It is Yarn Bee. It's behind there. I'm gonna grab it. It's like actually right there. I'll grab it in a second and tell you. Anyway, she has fantastic tutorials on stitches, and her blankets are a great way to learn different stitches. And then the row is like a paragraph worth of instructions. So it was a great blanket to be able to A, feel like I was doing something really fancy, but B, learn different, and B, learn different stitches, and C, really learn how to read a pattern for what a pattern says, like bracket by bracket, comma by comma. I can't recommend it enough. And I just realized, like, I started an incredible precedence for the number of sick people I know, but hey, like, we all need a pick-me-up, and blankets are like a nice little hug from a friend, right? So I will try to insert a bigger picture of this. The yarn is Hobby Lobby Sugar Wheel Cotton, and yes, like it called for, I think, something crazy like 30 skeins of stuff. Don't worry, I got it 30% off. It was still ridiculously expensive, but it's sparkle and it's rainbow, and it's rainbow, and it's cotton, so it's actually really great for Atlanta. But anyway, I'm gonna have to fix that next. Okay. Welcome to live. So that's one of my WIPs. And my other WIP that I'm gonna have to put aside was when I started a new one. And this is, so the one that I just showed you, I think, is about 36 rows beyond where this one is. And my comforter is actually a Lands End. I'll see if I can find a swatch of it. Red and green and navy blue and cream. But the way that the plaid mixes, it kind of creates some purples in there. And I was like, whoa, I'll have to take a picture of the two of them together and like do that cool little editing thing. Throw this on top of my comforter so you can see. But I am able now to actually legit follow the pattern a whole lot more than when I first started this. And it's cool to go back to a throwback project and go, wow, like in a year's time, I have come a long way. Because before this, I mainly just did amigurumi, and that's, you know, at best you might be doing a double crochet to make something turn, but you're really not doing a whole lot of stitch variation, and this just feels so fancy. All right, let's get into my end of year clearance haul, shall we? So for Premier, this was back when they put their Nordica yarn on sale, and I had such a fun time using the bloom on my knitting machine for a hat that Jennifer at Jedi Dragoon Makes sent me, that I used this sale to get not one but two of their Nordica pattern to see. I think I'm going to crochet one of these and knit one of these, and like Premier does, this is a ridiculous amount of yardage for a skein. I just love Premier for how big and fat their skeins are, and it's so reasonably priced. But I feel like these might have been on sale for like $3.99 or something. It took like a week and a half. It sat in Concord, North Carolina at the FedEx facility of all places. Not USPS. We won't hate on them. It sat there for days and then just all of a sudden it was here. So it is a 3 weight, which my machine prefers a worsted weight. It'll make kind of a wide knit with this. And spoiler alert, I ordered an overhead like arm so I can do knitting machine videos. I can do hopefully some tutorials, because let me tell you, with the Dolly update that's about to go up, I have learned so much about amigurumi working with the yarn that I picked out for Dolly. We'll talk about that in my next video, so stay tuned. Anyway, for those of you who are wondering, Nordic Yarn does this pattern, and I got it in, what are these colors? Let's see. This is Spearmint, very apt, and let's see, this was like cranberry or something. Oh, no, I'm wrong. Thistle. Thistle! Both made in Turkey. It's the anti-pilling acrylic, 546 yards, 3 weight. Recommended hook size is a 4mm. Recommended needle size is also 4mm. I wonder how that translates into a knitting machine. I don't really know. I will say it does prefer a worsted weight, and it has to do with how far apart, almost like these looms, it has to do with how far apart the pegs are. Like this really loves bulky yarn because the pegs are pretty far apart. So speaking of thinner yarns, the rest of the stuff I got from Premier were their DK Colors cakes went on sale. More of their awesome anti-pilling yarn. I got this for a couple reasons. For one, it's not a colorway that I really typically have, and I kind of want to branch out of my colorway rut that I'm in of like blues and purples and pinks. I guess this is technically still blues, but the lime green wouldn't have been something I would have naturally chosen. However, what I liked particularly about this cake is that it's got this variegated yarn as part of the colors. You can see that. And I thought, well, that's a cool way to tie that in. And then I can take some of my purple yarn, like some of my Brava worsted weight, and work in like a purple border on something, because, you know, so then it still goes back to what's in my stash, but it's still different, but I could still, you know, play around with it. Anyway, I got 3 of them. I want to say it wasn't a 3 for sale, or was it? Honestly, I don't remember. And again, it took so long to get here. Anyway, I got another cake, and this is not one that I would have chosen again, but it has such beautiful colors for like a wearable. And so I got 3 of these. Both of these are, I said, 100% anti-pilling acrylic, 3 weight yarn, 4mm hook, 383 yards. I believe the other one was also 383 yards. Yep. So I got 3 of these. Honestly, this reminds me of my mom. If you're watching, Mom, don't listen. So I might make her something out of this. But I don't know what yet. It was totally an impulse buy. Of like, I got Christmas money, it's on sale. And then my other, yeah, so I got 3 packs of those. Then my other New Year sale haul was Paradise Fibers. So I'm also hoping with the overhead camera thing that I'm hoping to get in the next few days, I can show you parts of my nano spinning e-wheel. I had wanted this for a long time. I am not at all to the point to where I need to be spinning fiber that is this nice and this pretty. So it will go in a stash for when I learn what I'm actually doing and I get more consistent at it. But these went on sale. I think regular, they were like $24. They went on sale for $15 for 4 ounces. So actually this one was 15. I want to say the other ones were 9. So this was the colorway Trick or Treat. I believe this was a previous fiber from October this year of their Paradise Fiber subscription. And I remember, this was way back before I even decided I wanted to learn to spin. I remember Craig over at Fiber Spider opening this box, I believe, and thinking, oh my gosh, that is so pretty. And what's interesting I'm learning about spinning fiber is that you actually end up splitting these to draft from, to pull them apart. And so like what you're seeing now is going to look drastically different when you spin it, but it's still going to have all those beautiful colors. So I'm excited for that. It was practically bursting out of the bag when it got here, so that was exciting. The next color I got, honestly, I think it's going to be interesting to spin. It didn't look as dark on the website. This is Baltic. I believe all of these are merino wool comb top. Oh, that's actually, it's showing up less dark on camera. Kind of the same way it did on the website. I feel like when I break this apart and spin it, that I'm going to be pleasantly surprised by all the colors that are buried in here. I think it's still going to be a predominantly blue, obviously, but there's some really bright shades in there that I think would be fun to sort of focus on pulling out individually, and then, you know, learning how to control my spin a little bit to make my yarn look the way I want it to. Again, way beyond my skill set just yet, but I think this one was $9, and so I just, you know, I didn't figure I was gonna see that price again on these, because the last time they went that cheap was Black Friday, and at that point I was just investigating getting myself a wheel. So the next one I had to get because it's called Unicorn. So this is the last one I got. Again, another merino blend comb top. I saw pictures of this all spinned up on their website, and it is like lovely and pastel and beautiful. And I think it's actually rather hard to get muted colors like this when you're dyeing things. Oh my gosh, if only you could feel this. I don't want to felt it by handling it too much, so I'm gonna go put it back in the bag. But I look forward to doing more spinning videos in the future from an overhead shot where I can sort of explain to you like what the different parts of the wheel are, and we can troubleshoot as we go, and you can help me and I can help you, because that's what this community is all about. All right, guys, that's all. Stay tuned for my next video. It's going to be a dolly update, and I'm going to look just like this, except for I might clean that up before I start the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. It gives me a big, happy place in my heart, and I love to read all your comments. And trust me, if I do not comment back, if I only heart or something like that, it's usually because my energy levels are low, but you all brighten my day when you leave something below. So drop me some love. It has too many cords. Ah! Great, I'm gonna have to edit that. Jeez Louise, kid, get yourself together.